lot going on here, buddy.
I know.
Dad, you don't work, you wrestle? On tour.
Mm-hmm.
On tour and retirement, same week. That's all I'm saying, Bo.
I hear you.
We got to sell some books. I don't even know what number this is. What number is this, Bo? It was on
60 something.
We're close to 70. We may be right at 100 when we go to West Virginia. Bullet? No,
we'll kind of a ways.
We'll be close to it.
Well, we'll probably be going to West Virginia when we're close to 100 anyways. But I just
I get close to you, Bullet. There's no space between us. Yeah. All right, boys. Quiet on the set. Okay, we got to knock this out and sell some books.
Okay.
It's more important training. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. You hear the claps, you know what time it is. George, how was your weekend?
Bullet, unbelievable. First of all, I want to tell the fans I've already had several emails, won't know where we were at last week. We actually do work a little bit for a living around here, and of course, we were on the big WrestleMania weekend.
Yes.
Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle, but we are back. Very, very excited to be here, Bullet, and I want to thank everybody. The book did very well this past week, and I thank everybody for purchasing this book. Had a lot of good replies on it. Bullet. What was so funny is every now and then I love to go to, we're not Facebook, but I go Amazon. I'm sorry, my mind's all freaking, but I go to Amazon to read.
You're definitely not Tinder.
No.
Okay.
And I go to Amazon real quick just to read some of the reviews. And, of course, a guy had wrote real quick a big long article on there, and he'd put that he loved the book, but he didn't appreciate some of the bad spelling in there. Believe it or not, Bullet. So, anyway.
Sorry, Lance
But I thought, what the heck, man? Come on. And I don't know. They could be. But it wouldn't be George South's second greatest book ever written if there wasn't a few words misspelled. That's what I'm saying. But anyway, he liked it, but he had to complain. But anyway, boy, great week. We got a lot of stuff coming on. I do want to put a quick plug in. Miracle on the Mountain 4. I was up West Virginia this past week and told them that I'd put a plug in for that coming up at the end of May. First time ever. But we've had a lot of first times together, me and you. Mm-hmm. First time ever, Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle TV will be broadcast in front of a live, well, there are going to be people there. I don't know if they're going to be live, Bullet, but I saw some of the set they've already got for us. I told them don't make it too fancy because it won't be us, Bullet, but they're very excited about us coming up there. Of course, it's going to be at the...
Maybe a little too excited.
Too excited. They put a lot of stuff together for this. First time ever, going to be a live broadcast of Dad, You Don't Work. Tape live right in front of this great big crowd there at the old Bluefield Auditorium in Bluefield, West Virginia, where I have been there many, many times with WCW. So that's coming up at the end of May, Bullet. And, of course, this week, got a lot of stuff going back to Rhonda, North Carolina, this coming weekend, right outside of North Wilkesboro. I do want to put a quick plug in there in North Wilkesboro at Aaron Reynolds. Me and the Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, will not be renting nothing. We'll be there with a great, well...
You'll be selling a few things.
We'll be selling a few things. Great big from 3 to 5 at the autograph session right there in North Wilkesboro.
You can straight up buy Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle. You don't have to rent it.
You don't have to rent it. We may try that later, Bullet. That way we'd get it back. But anyway, just want to thank everybody, Bullet, for just this book still trugging along. Our goal is to get it on everybody's coffee table in America. Before we're done. We'll even sell them the coffee table. So just a lot of stuff going on here. Also had a couple emails this week about trying to find George South Training School, rings.com. I told them, and I've gave them the address several times, if they just contact us, we'll get them here, Bullet. A lot of excitement about wrestling, and I did want to just put out my condolences to the ultimate family of the Ultimate Warrior, Bullet, as we all have. And with that being said, Bullet, we all... I want to go right to the idiot bag if I could. Bullet, I've been holding this in for 2 weeks.
So I was going to say, because a future inductee of the idiot bag, I'm sure is going to be when I finally get around to getting that picture of you being clotheslined the Ultimate Warrior, so you can autograph that, which I wanted to do a year ago. But I'm sure now that he's passed away, some idiot who will be the future inductee to the idiot bag will say that you're only trying to make a buck off the Ultimate Warrior.
That's right.
After he's passed away, when really you're trying to make a buck, and you were trying to make a buck a year ago.
Yes, I was.
Jake Manning's a little busy.
It just took a while. You have other things to do besides getting me that picture to sell.
So be that. I'm gonna put that in right now. If you see that on this gimmick table, it's not to make a buck off the Ultimate Warrior.
It just took us a while to get it out.
It's just to make a buck.
That's exactly. That's exactly right.
Nothing,
But you know, Bullet, and I've always said this, you know, in our profession, Bullet, you know, when we've had a lot of our people that we're very close to pass away, you know, you can handle it one or two ways. You know, you can sit there and you can say all this bad crap, all this stuff that really ticks me off, or you can just pay respect. And the one person, and I only caught 5 minutes of it and I turned it off, but of course, you know, with the death of Ultimate Warrior,
Is she?
Yes, it is
It
a
is.
she. It is
I know
a she.
I know where we're going.
And you know, Bullet, what really makes me mad, I wish, and I've had a lot of fans say that they wished I would have went on there because, Bullet, they would have kicked me off of there. What really upset me, if we say something here on Dad, You Don't Work, You Wrestle, the hottest rated show in television, we do check our facts every now and then, Bullet. That's what I've got you for. Of course, I ain't no good at it. But what really ticked me off about that is she was wrong. And I am talking about the biggest idiot in the history of cable television, internet, pay-per-view, 8-track, what else am I missing? VHS, Laserdisc, those big old movie discs that you had back in the day.
That's Laserdisc.
Oh, that's Laserdisc.
You got covered it.
Oh, I got it covered.
CD, MP3s.
MP3s,
MP4.
MP4s, Nintendo, Atari,
AVI.
Oh, I love that book.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, is Nancy Glass. Did I say her name right?
Grace.
Nancy Grace. I don't give her no grace, Bullet, okay?
Okay.
What really upset me about it, Bullet, is she got a very powerful show, as everybody knows, and I done heard the replies that she just wanted to get any publicity for her was good. But, Bullet, what really ticked me off about it is the list she had was completely wrong. I just was really upset about that. There's a lot of good friends. All of them were my good friends, but a lot of them on there, and I won't mention names, but some of them had passed away in automobile accidents. Some of them just natural causes and stuff like that. She didn't take no time at all to investigate any of that, Bullet. She just took a list, and what really makes me mad about it all, Bullet, is there's families involved. That's what ticks me off. There's families involved. And she used that moment where she could have really paid respect to a lot of fallen heroes, boy, a lot of my fallen friends, and she just made a big joke about it. I love Diamond Dallas Page, to be honest with you, but to me he was too nice, I think. Buddy, I'd have let into her. I would have let into her, boy. I'd still be barred from that cable TV. I just hate it when nothing we say, good or bad, is going to bring back the Ultimate Warrior, but if you can use that moment, to pay respect to him, his family, anything like that, Bullet, what I don't understand is what I'm getting at, Bullet. I don't understand why people just got to drag everything down, Bullet. And anyway, bottom line is her list was wrong.
Yep.
That is not how every one of them guys have died on that list, and that's what really ticked me off about it. She didn't investigate it, and you could tell 2 minutes when she opened her big fat mouth that she hated professional wrestling to begin with, Bullet. And I just hate it because you never hear when WWE or even us or Ring or PWA, when we do something good, you never hear about that at all, Bullet. You know that, but when something like this happens, I just hate it. I just hate the whole I hate that she got the publicity that she got off of the thing. But I just didn't. She didn't. Her facts were wrong. A lot of those guys, over half that list did not die the way she said they died, and even if they did, there's families. You know, there is families, Bullet, and I just hate it.
Actually, the family of Owen Hart contacted her, and she made a retraction on Owen Hart, but not the other names that were listed, and all the other circumstances in her tone was supposed to be apology, but it was very much a non-apology, which infuriates me even more.
That's exactly right.
And the thing that infuriates me the most is the fact that you've taken an opportunity. Somebody died.
Yeah.
And it was a wrestler, and now it's time to. Every time a wrestler dies now, let's talk about steroids and how they're awful people.
That's exactly right.
That has become now the status quo. So they could take someone like a Daniel Bryan or somebody that's done something good, like maybe 15 years from now, and an uncircumstance happen or something happens. Like anytime a wrestler dies, let's jump down their throats.
That's exactly right.
If Jimmy Valiant dies, let's jump down his throat for being a drug addict and all these other things and taking all these steroids.
I agree,
when really he's outlived them all, and he's done yoga and he's done all these wonderful things and he's took care of his body. But if he passes away tomorrow, Nancy Grace is going to jump down her throat and down her bandwagon.
I agree.
That was the name I was thinking of as someone that's kind of done it right and lived a long life and just passed away. You can't just leave it there. It gives you an opportunity to talk about how awful we are.
Yeah.
So congratulations. I hope you feel better about
That's
yourself.
exactly right. That's
Because
exactly right.
we lost somebody that we actually cared about.
That's
So,
exactly
hope you
right.
feel
And
better.
you know what makes me mad? You got a lot of newer wrestling fans that are just getting turned on to it, and they were excited about the Ultimate Warrior, and they're still learning a lot of stuff on him. And then her first reply was, "Here's a guy supposedly died this way," and I hate that. I just hate that.
She announces that before any type of autopsy or anything.
She sure did.
And he just passed out. He passed away walking his wife to the
Yeah,
car.
and you know one that really upset me.
He wasn't doing anything. He wasn't in a shady part of town. Wasn't doing anything
That's
illegal.
exactly right.
He was leaving the hotel with his wife and walking to the car.
Well, you know, the one that upset me, and a lot of fans may not remember him, but she had DJ Peterson, who I had wrestled with for many years in Kansas City. Good guy, just one of my best friends. And boy, he died from an auto. He died from a motorcycle accident.
Yeah.
I mean, he died from a motorcycle accident. But none of that was even brought up. None of that was even said. He was put in that list of wrestlers that have OD'd or died from drugs. And I just thought that was wrong. I just thought, you know, DJ Peterson's family has tried to move on years ago. I spent a lot of time with him in Kansas City, just a super family and mom and dad and everybody. But his name was just put on that list. No questions. She doesn't have that Nancy Goof. Don't have to answer for any of that. And I just thought it was wrong. I just
and that's the thing. She has millions of viewers. And she has a platform to say whatever she wants.
Yeah.
But there's probably people that heard what she said, and now they equate it to truth.
That's exactly
which
right.
I think is the biggest problem of cable news.
And what
in
made me
general.
mad? She didn't have to do the footwork. She's got so many people under her. All she had to do was research this, and let's find out. Punch it in Google. I mean, honestly, and they just didn't put no time or effort into it.
No journalism whatsoever.
No journalism at all. And it was just to hurt people and to bring families down. And I think it stunk. So anyway, Nancy Goof will be put into the idiot bag.
Nancy Goof, I love
Nancy
that.
Nancy Goof.
There's a special wing for you.
I want to debate her. But Dad, you know where you wrestle, and her, I think she's a little jealous because we drew a few more ratings than she did, Bullet. But anyway, I'll debate her.
We might have got a few more thumbs up, a few more likes on YouTube.
That's exactly right. Anyway, so exactly right. So with all that being said, Bullet, we always say here, folks, you got an opportunity. You can lift somebody up or you can bring them down, Bullet. And I just thought that she did not. She dropped the ball. She screwed up. Is what she did, Bullet. So anyway, but we won't end that on a bad note because Bullet, we're happy here at Dad You Don't Work You Wrestle.
We got a lot of things we got to lift up. we got a lot of things we have to lift up, George.
You got
a big month coming up. Omega Championship Wrestling's got a lot of dates coming up.
Yes, we do.
And Big Time Wrestling is coming back to the Carolinas.
Yeah.
Back to Spartanburg
It
and all
sure
the other
is.
places. Hardy Boys are on that. Ric Flair's on that. If you're a wrestling fan in the Carolinas,
Move to the Carolinas, Jack.
if you seriously, if you're a wrestling fan of the Carolinas and you know that there's a wrestling show where the Hardy Boys and Ric Flair is going to be on,
that's exactly right.
That's just Big Time Wrestling is putting on a quality
and
show
we're
down
talking,
here.
I love that.
And of course, Omega Championship Wrestling trying to do a lot of things with a lot of young talent.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
And they've got a lot of dates coming up. The dates aren't so sporadic. Each month, I keep getting more text messages from Shane Helms. Are you available this date? Are you available this date? Are you available this date? And every one of them shows are close to 1,000 people. Good things are happening.
And you said it best, Bullet, each week here. It is just a good time to be a pro wrestling fan. It is, whether you're involved in the business or you just love to sit back and like we do and eat a hot dog sometimes and watch some good wrestling. It is a very, very good time to be a fan of professional wrestling. So, good. Very good, Bullet. I'm done. I'm done? Yes, I'm done.
Where are you at this weekend, Drew? Did you talk about where you're going this weekend?
Yes, I sure did. I mentioned that town, Ronda, North Carolina. Of course, it will be Saturday night. Big. Last time they had a great little house there. That was the great building that they just happened to find that they didn't want me to tell anybody about because, us outlaw promoters will go in there and run your town in a heartbeat. But great little community center, Bullet. Beautiful. They had a great little house last time. Of course, me and Boogie will be in town all day signing autographs up there at Aaron Reynolds. So
okay, and on that note, PWX will be running this weekend in Greensboro, and also we'll be down at Club Hush this Saturday. It's a matinee show, folks. Anyone in the Sun, always please know that PWX is running at 3 o'clock on Saturday, and that's pretty much where I'll be there this weekend.
Very good. Busy week. Got a lot going on. Thank you, Bullet. Thank you. Great show. Great show.
Now it's time to let everybody know that Nancy Goof's favorite book is available at highspots.com.
Thank you, Bullet. Great show. Very good.